Can you imagine living in a time where everything we know today was yet to be discovered? A time filled with thrilling adventures, brave warriors, and secret meetings in candlelit rooms where the course of a whole nation's history was changed forever. Part 1. Childhood Memories. Well, let me take you on a journey way back to the beautiful land of Virginia. Picture this: a family nervously waiting for their little baby to arrive. On a chilly winter day, February 22nd, 1732, a baby boy came into the world. His parents, Augustine and Mary Ball Washington, beaming with joy, named him George. Even as a young boy, George had a special spark that made him stand out. He was always the one to take charge, whether it was during games or in solving problems. Little did he know, he was training to become one of the most important leaders in American history. Part 2. The American Revolution. When George turned 20, he began his journey as a soldier. It was just like a real-life adventure game, but the stakes were real and so were the enemies. His courage and dedication led him to the front lines of the French and Indian War, where he had to be smarter and braver than ever before. Years passed, and George, now a seasoned warrior, saw the unfairness of British rule over the 13 colonies. So, he decided to stand up against it. George became the commander-in-chief and led the Continental Army during the American Revolution, where he was like the mastermind of a grand strategy game. One of his toughest challenges was the winter at Valley Forge, but just like in your favorite superhero movies, his leadership helped everyone to hold on and keep fighting. And you know what? His efforts paid off. In 1781, he led his team to a victory at the Battle of Yorktown. The British had to surrender, and the war was finally over. Part 3. The Presidency. George was not done yet, though. He served as president of the Constitutional Convention of 1787, which created and ratified the Constitution of the United States, kind of like the rulebook that governs our country. Then, in 1789, he was chosen to be the first president of the United States. On a momentous day, April 30th, 1789, George stood on the grand balcony of Federal Hall in the bustling city of New York. With his right hand raised and a solemn expression, he took the oath of office, accepting the immense responsibility that lay ahead. His wise decisions and firm but fair rule set the stage for all the presidents who came after him. After being president twice, he decided to retire. Just like the best players know when to pass the bat, George knew it was time for new leadership. Part 4. Retirement and Legacy. He retired to his beloved Mount Vernon, where he continued to be a respected figure and offered valuable insights on governance. On December 14, 1799, George passed away, but his story and his contributions live on. He's remembered as the father of our country. And this is the incredible story of George Washington, a real-life hero whose spirit of adventure and courageous leadership helped shape America. Remember, boys and girls, we all have the power to be heroes in our own way, just like George Washington. So, are you ready for your next adventure?